Well, hello, my name's Guru, and I am here today to talk about Nowhere Profit. This is a card game that I recently started playing because it just was put onto Game Pass, and I gotta get some use out of Game Pass because I pay for it every month. And also, I enjoy card games, especially single player card games, because for the most part, there's like 2 games I play if I'm looking for a actual competitive card game experience online. And those 2 games are MTG Arena and Hearthstone, even though I have been messed around a little bit here and there with some dual links every once in a while, but it's not really my go-to game. And now where Profit you play as a prophet leading a group across the land. And the interesting thing about this, and something that kind of stuck out to me, was the fact that the group of people you lead are also the cards you use, and they can die permanently. When you throw them out to a match, they get damaged, or really not specifically damaged, destroyed. Once they get destroyed once, they don't instantly die. All their stats go down, but you can still use them. But if they get destroyed again, game over, end of that card, which is something very interesting because there are possibilities if you're just like, you really mess up, you can lose a lot of your cards, you can lose a lot of your deck. But you can recruit new followers either through just random things that happen in the world or when you stop at certain places. And there's also some very interesting things when it comes to the actual board you're playing on, because a lot of these places will have like obstacles, and some of these obstacles be you attack something and you end up getting an item from it, or it's hazardous and it can be taken advantage of by you or your enemies to get a advantage within the game. And also the placement of your cards on the board determines if you can actually attack or not, because say you place a card behind a massive rock and that's what's in the front row, you can't do anything unless you have like a sniper ability where you can really attack from any distance. But luckily you can destroy the obstacles because they have health, but you won't be able to use that card again for that turn, and next turn you have to also use up a chance you have to attack by moving forward a place. You also have leader cards that are basically spells, really the best way to put them. You can use them to deal damage to enemies, you can use them to buff your cards, you can use for a number of different things. And along with that, there's also equipment you can add to your character, your player character, that will give you certain abilities. So say you pick up an equipable weapon like a gun, maybe you can do 2 or 3 damage to an enemy leader or one of the cards they have on the field. There's a good variety of equipable cards you can either find throughout the world or just buy from Marketplace. There's also resource management elements, because you can easily run out of food because you lose some of it every time you travel a certain distance, and you have to constantly be traveling all across the map, and not to mention you never really know what can happen when you're traveling in between different markers on the map. You could be attacked, maybe you want to help somebody out because they're starving, and that gives you like altruism, or it gives you some type of benefit, or you just want to be a nice person, who knows. And once you run out of food, it's gonna be game over pretty quickly if you can't find any more, especially if you have no money. So even if you come across a marketplace, you can't purchase a single bit of food, and well, it's time to starve, because every time you move on your way to another location, you're losing like 5 or 10 health, which isn't very great when you only have around like 20, 29 if you're fully healed. I don't know why, but I had the bright idea while traveling through this wasteland where food is not plentiful. I decided to give up all my food close to the beginning of the map, so very, very far away from the end, for a special card, and I almost died. I got super lucky that I encountered some enemies, beat them, and got some food in return. Because if I hadn't, it would have been game over and I have to start all the way over again, which I didn't want to do, even though I've just been destroyed so many times in this game. Because when you really get to the end of a map, especially when you start going over to like, you get through the first little area, the end fights with some of these enemies, they just annihilate you. This one, he just keeps recovering health. I get him down to a certain point and like bam, jumps from like 14 health to like 28, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a pain. And so far I've just been getting my face kicked in over and over again by him. It's probably because my strategy is just like deal as much damage as possible as quick as possible and just end the match, so I don't have to lose any health, because you don't always have a chance to recover your health when you're on your travels, and you don't want to get caught up and just be taken out because, well, I have like 5 health and they just threw out a card that does 5 damage and I have nothing that can really take it out. So you know, I guess I'm just screwed here. That's one thing I gotta say. I've been playing this game on the easiest difficulty possible, which is chosen, and I've been losing a lot. I even played a custom game with a bunch of extra benefits where I start off like 200 of a bunch of resources. Still got taken out. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know where it's like on the harder difficulties. Like I probably would just lose in like the first encounter I have with the enemy. So I was just like, no, you know what? I just don't even want to, I don't even want to experience that. I got a gist of it. I enjoy the game. It's fun. I'm going to keep trying to get better on this mode before I take it up to the highest possible level. And I think that's really all I got to say. I recommend this game. If you have Game Pass, go get it. Go play it. Go download it. It's good. And that's it for this video. If you enjoy listening to me ramble on, like, subscribe, go check out some other stuff. Maybe you'll find something else you like. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out.